to another live stream on the internet. Today, I am on the road to 6,500 days in my Let's Play, and in the last few, I've spent a lot of time in an abandoned mineshaft collecting some wood, collecting some fences, and collecting an ungodly amount of cobwebs, which I'm going to take home and I'm going to use for a fun project over there. But today specifically, I'm not just taking home some cobwebs, as fun as that would be, I'm also going to be specifically working on one of my most iconic projects ever, getting some extra groundwork done. It's going to be a big step, an important step. But yeah, before I can do any of that, I need to get out of here. And fun fact, yesterday's, the last time I was in this world, I got kicked out by force, because fun fact, that is what happens when Realms crashes, and it was a little depressing, but I'm glad to be back here now, and I'm hoping today's stream doesn't end in the same way. It seems as though Minecraft managed to fix Realms without bringing out a new update, so clearly it was a back-end fix, not a front-end fix, which is something I love to hear. Also, where did these shears come from? I swear, I was using shears without efficiency this entire time, and I've just now realized I had, you know, I feel like this was a me mistake, but I'd rather just say, you know what, nope, it's not a me mistake. Also, my brightness is on 0. I don't know if you can tell from how dark it is. Let's go fix that, because I was showing off the legacy world. So here is my realm. Minecraft 1.20, 1.20 is what we'll call it now. And let's scroll down to video, and let's turn this up to 95. I feel like 100 is probably the reasonable one to pick with. Oh. No, I broke it. No, chat, I'm sorry. I introduced you to the live stream, but it looks like it's too late. Oh, yeah. I can't leave this menu. So in the meantime, how's the weather? Hey, it happened. I tell you what, chat, I've had the weirdest day today. I've had like a lot of moments of not working, but I've still just been very, very, very hectically busy. Has anyone ever experienced something like what I'm trying to describe here? So yeah, we're gonna put some fences down here. I would say we put another one like there, and another one there, and another couple over there, just to really show home what it is. And then maybe we even go a couple more into the sky, just to make sure everyone is clear this is where my mineshaft is. It's a small thing, but hopefully a useful thing. Or maybe it's neither of those things. We'll put a wood plank at the top, just to really drive this home. And then just for fun, let's put a detector rail down here too. There we go. Now there's no mistake that this is a mineshaft. And then we go through the nether, and we'll do the same over there. It's so weird joining Minecraft in the middle of a play session. You ever join like this? It feels a bit weird. But yeah, today's stream is going to be a bit of a different one. Okay, this is not the portal I remember coming through. Oh, it is actually. And here's a fox. Hope he doesn't blow up. Anyway, so I have to go up there, and I have to do this in the most logical of ways. But first, we also have to just, protect the portal a little bit more than it currently is. It's gone for a little bit of a moment right now. Something I'm sure I can fix with a little bit of care and attention. Speaking of care and attention, 6,423 days, let's go. Wasn't it 6,422 just a second ago? Chat, did I go to sleep and not realize it? Am I having a hallucination when did it go up? Did it go up when I went into the nether? Something weird is going on. Guys, he isn't looking at the chat. Let's just talk with each other, says Legendary Spud. You know, that's a, I do feel like that's not that harmful of a thing to do in general. But at the same time, like, I think pre-stream chat, that's when I think is the best time to talk about people, if you want to do so. I feel like pre-stream chat is one of the weirdest places on the internet sometimes, because there's... Wait, what did I just do? Pre-stream chat is where people go to, like... I've seen it numerous times. It's always people who don't understand live streams, and they're like, why can't I watch the video yet? So I can see the thumbnail for the video, why can't I watch it? Are you lazy or something? Release the video. Every other video I go to click, they have it ready the moment I ask for it, and you want me to wait an hour for this video? How dare you? You know, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a mix between being illiterate and being like, I don't know, I guess the word people would use is being a Karen, right? Like, it's like, I demand this video right now. You're saying the live stream's at 8? I want it right now, because you know, it's stuff like that. It's a very weird time. Anyway, let's talk about how is the weather in your area. It's slightly too hot where I am. And it's not even like the heat is the problem. It's like all humidity that's messing me up. So how do I get from up there to down here? That's the question I still don't have an answer for. I guess what I'll do is I'll bounce myself up there maybe. So not using the Heart of Sea, using this. And then we'll get things done. So this is going to be a slow start to today's stream, because I have to finish up all the work I would have done yesterday. Oh, it broke my portal again, I think. That's what that sounded like, at least. Okay. So I'm going to bounce my way up here. It's fun using... Once you have wind charges, ghasts are such a non-threat. That's kind of fun, actually. I like how much fun you can have with wind charges. Because they're also a good way to deal with ghasts themselves, right? Like, all I have to do is... Oh, no, they're not. Terrible. Don't do it. Wouldn't recommend. Okay, so we're going to relight the portal for the 50th time. And then I'm just going to follow the staircase out here, and we're going to see where that takes me. Was this a surprise stream? A little bit of one. It's so hot. I don't know what happened. The moment I start streaming, I get very hot, chat. I shouldn't have mentioned the weather. It's not even... How hot actually is it in here? Just to tell you I'm being a whiny baby, it said it's 25 degrees. I think it's got to be something, like, internally of me. I'm just not doing a good job of cooling down. Anyway, my sister hates the whole being a Karen thing. Guess what her name is? Yeah, the world does that to people sometimes, right? Like, every negative meme we create is also... Also, can you blow out fire with these? You can't. Every negative meme we create... Like, it's kind of societally true, too. Like, you know, there's this idea that... Okay, so where is my actual staircase down? Because that's where I need to put the fences. Right here, there needs to be a lot more work into making sure that this actually connects to that. And so that's what I'm going to do right now. I guess I could just put, like, some fences, like, here. Yeah, if I could make the way down a bunch of fences. So we'll jump down a few blocks onto these fences. And then we'll jump down a few blocks onto these fences. Yeah, just like this. And then we'll jump down a few more blocks onto those fences, which I'm now going to have to place. And I can't place fences while doing this for some reason. And then all the way down to the portal will go from there. And that should work fine, I think. I don't know if it will. But it's a fun idea. And then we'll fall onto the portal, maybe. So we'll place a fence there and a fence there. Is that correct? I don't know. Does that look any good? Certainly not. But does it do the job? Yeah, sure. Why not? And then we'll just make our main staircase back up a little bit bigger and more obvious. And then I've got a way up and a way down, and the fact that it's not the same is at least a solved problem. It's not a very well solved problem, but as you'll know if you've you know, as you'll know from most internet things, most things can be solved there. Also, British people and their obsession with complaining about the weather is non-stop, says a magical girl MU. I think I've worked out why that is too. I think I know the reason why we specifically complain about the weather at an inordinate rate compared to people from other places. My best theory about it. So again, this is just my theory, talking to people. You know, like it's a theory. You know, just a theory, I guess is what I want to say. But the most places in the world, weather is a big deal. And so it's kind of not really small talk, right? Like, when the weather is bad, everyone is feeling it very, very, very strongly. And in the UK, weather is, you know, it's like, you know, we have a range in temperature. Like, it goes down to -3 degrees sometimes. And it goes up as high as, you know, in non-global warming-y times, it goes up into 30. Nowadays, it goes up to 40 even. But, you know, it's a narrow range of temperature, relatively speaking, you might think. But that means that it's basically always livable here. And so it's a really pleasant, easy discussion, because no one's ever that mad about the weather. You know, if you ask about economic policy, or if you ask someone like, so who are you voting for in this next election then? People who are like, you know, relatively, you know, people who are relatively either centrist or relatively, you know, feel politically protected will be like, oh yeah, well, I really like the policies on, you know, taxation from this one candidate, but this person really kind of gets it on border security, which is a big issue for me as a second-gen immigrant, and, you know, they'll say stuff like that, whereas if you're someone who believes that you're under threat, or you're on the, you know, it's not very fun to have a conversation with someone who's like, yes, I am going to die if the wrong person gets in this November. You know, rightly or wrongly about their opinion, right? If in their opinion they think they're going to die, they're not going to be fun to talk about the election with, because they've they've got one stance that they can take, and that everything depends on you also believing what they believe. Whereas when it comes to stuff like the weather in this country, it's never like, oh yes, this weather is so bad and it's going to mess us up, and we're all gonna pay the price forever. It's like, yeah, it's slightly too warm today. If I was 3 degrees colder right now, I think I'd be happier. You know, and when it's bad, it's not disastrous. It's like, oh, can you believe we booked a holiday and then it started raining? You know, like it's that sort of bad. And yeah, as a system, it's not so bad really. But yeah, you can't have casual conversations about that serious things, because if people get very, you know, the whole. I think I mentioned this yesterday, that I think if emotional regulation is something that is an indication of like. You know, like togetherness in a way. When you have conversations with strangers, you don't want to trigger their untogetherness. And if we have a conversation about like, you know, what's my version of this, like talking about Bedrock versus console, talking about the handover from, you know, I have a lot of feelings, I have a lot of stuff tied up in that, and I can try to be objective, but it's way easier for me to be objective about something like, so, do you guys like the planets? You guys hear there's gonna be you guys hear something I've heard about that's exciting today is Wizz Air. There's a budget airline in Europe that are doing a all-you-can-fly pass for 600 euros. So that's 50 euros a month. That's like 45 pounds a month. Like, you know, you could spend more than 45 pounds on a single flight. So if you just do 12 flights in a year, unlimited flying, it's incredible. Whenever I complain, why is underscore so much money? It sucks. The reply is stop being liberal and voting blue. I've never voted and I never will. Leave me alone. So that is a good example though of why people get that's an example of why that's not a good casual conversation topic. Like the moment something gets politicized, it becomes okay. You know, I'm just gonna fly out there. There's too many scary mobs and there's not enough reason to be involved in them. So I'm just not going to be. Let's get out there. Pluto is a planet, says Cat Beanie. You know what? See, that's a funny topic of discussion right now. But you know, when the Plutonians come to get us all, when the Plutonians, the civilization living there, think that we view them as less than because we didn't even deem them a planet, and they invade us, I'm just saying we'll regret our decision based to decide whether they're a planet or not. Anyway, money is a really contentious subject. I love talking about money. I think it is, like, I think it's one of the most important conversations you can have. When you ignore money, the downsides are too high. Chat, I'm stuck at 9.5 hearts still. What did I do to deserve this? I really would like to know. I really would like to know what I did so horribly wrong. Yeah, it's a contentious issue though. Because money is, in itself, a tool. The most powerful tool you'll ever interact with. But at the same time, and so learning how to use that tool better, or learning how other people use that tool, or learning how people get more time with that tool, or less time with that tool, is something that is really beneficial for us as a species. But because there are lots and lots of people who have very strong beliefs about... because there are lots and lots of people who... feel as though money is a thing that is holding them back or holding others back. It's not just a discussion about a tool. It's a discussion about, you know, the wider socioeconomic state of the world. You know, it's like, I always like the philosophy underpinning the big questions we ask. Like, whenever we talk about, like, the big questions in society, I kind of like to look at it from this viewpoint of like, well, is this, you know, one of the big debates, the biggest debates you can have in the world, is about, you know, like, how we do things in Europe. You know, should you get free water at a restaurant? Some people jump straight to, it's a human right, of course I should have it. And it's like, well, there's nowhere fun we can go when you say that your opinion is a human right, and therefore any opinion otherwise is a human wrong. I think you should get free water, by the way. But I also think that you should appreciate that it is a nicety being offered by a business owner, right? Like, whenever I get water, especially with ice, for free, I'm like, this is amazing. This is my favorite drink, and you're gonna give it to me for free out of the kindness of your heart. And it's not actually the kindness of that heart. It's the you know, it's the social expectation and legislation combination. But Russia is a planet, says Dasher. It will be soon. It will be its own planet soon. You know, just you wait till next year's sanctions. Oh, Dasher, see, like, here's a fun question I'm gonna ask without too much of a political connotation, but there's no way to actually do that. So Dasher is one of our moderators. She lives in Russia, unless YouTube asks, in which case, who knows where she lives. And so, did you know your country was invaded this week? How do you feel about that one? You got strong feelings? I'm a cheapskate and love free tap water. Yeah, same here, Xavier, actually. I feel like the single biggest way to prevent, like, eating out getting expensive, and this sounds so dumb, but it's avoiding the expensive drinks. Like, just getting a main dish at a restaurant is always only, like, 10, 12, 15 pounds. It's just that the drinks will cost, like, half of that, and then a starter costs, like, 2/3 of that, and then you get, like, a fifth as much food. Yeah, I had to fill out a form for what I wanted from a restaurant recently. My internet froze. What's the question? The question is, also that sounded so ominous. Just you wait till next year's section. You know, Phoebe, you know, it's only a matter of time, right? It's only a matter of time. But yeah, my point was, I guess, not paying for drinks is one of the biggest, like, money-saving things. Especially because, like, unlike food, nice drinks are fun. Look at my cat glass today, chat. Look, it's got a tail, and you drink out of the tail. You can't do that with a regular cat. Also, my drink is a different color in the glass versus the tail. Have you ever seen that? It's not an optical illusion. It's clear here, but it's, like, orange here. But, like, an orangey pink, I would even say. So, yeah, with that said, it's quite scary, says Dasher. Oh, that's bad. That's not the response you want to hear. That's for sure. So, yeah, I think, there's a political YouTuber out there who looks exactly like Toy Cat. You know, it's, it's a different guy, though. He's been besmirching my good name for years now. But the joke's on him. People comment on his videos saying, aren't you a Minecraft YouTuber? He has to deal with that. It's terrible. Oh my god, I need that glass. When's the IVX glass cat coming out? I feel like fun drinking implements is like the one thing I would do very well. If I had to run a physical store, it would be weird drinks. It wouldn't go very well. Like, how often do you need to buy a weird container? The answer is not very often. But those times where you do, you would come to my store. So I'm wondering, actually, this is one of those weird things. It's a bit of a physics effect. When you pour there's a perfect water level, even though they're two separate bits of fluid. But when I like suck through the straw, it goes a little bit more orange. So it's grabbing some liquid from the main bit. Anyway, obviously Toy Cat is drinking defective lemonade. I'm actually not sure what is in this. Every time I need a drink, I either want water, which is a lot recently, or I just grab one of the fun cans from my fridge, and I'm like, I need to get through this, so let's see if it's any good. This one's not very good. I need to find out what's in it. I feel like I know one of the ingredients and the other one is like peach, maybe. Okay, so it's day 6424 now. Wow, 6424. We are 76 days away from the goal of 6,500. But before I can do anything meaningful, I have to organize this inventory and preferably not be shot at anymore. I like that he's going to continuously miss, but in different directions. You do you, buddy. Anyway, let's go empty our Nevrack, and then let's take our dirt, and let's do the minimum we can for this. Anyway, so I know that protests in America have been brutal, but in the UAE, protests are straight up illegal, or even badmouth the government, says Legendary Spud. Yeah, it's really interesting. So again, I only know, I don't know the full legal system in the United Arab Emirates. I know what I have heard, and what I understand to be true has a very heavy basis in that, which means that, you know, keep in mind, take this with a grain of salt or whatever. But I think the fascinating thing about the UAE is you can't leave the country if you are in debt. Like if you if you are permanently intending to leave the country, you need to make, you know, you're trying to take your capital out. You can't leave with a debt to a bank there. And there's all sorts of like wild rules like that, where they're like, you will leave our country better than you found it. And they're the sorts of things that we like aspire to in the Western world. You know, like they're the sorts of things we encourage people to do. that they'll be like, yes, this is the law. You will be locked up until you follow it. And it's interesting, right? Because people always use the most intriguing example of, like, punishment is whenever you see something bad happen, you'll have a group of people who say something like, oh, yeah, well, you know, it wouldn't have happened if we'd have just properly punished criminals, you know? Like, if people just didn't think they could freely get away with insert thing here, then people wouldn't do that. And, you know, when you follow that to a real extreme, not in the... This isn't true for UAE, but it's true for places like Saudi Arabia. They'll go to the extreme end of the laws and be like, yes, so here's how it works. You broke our rule on this thing. You know, you stole from a store one time. And so, guess what? You're going to go to prison for years. Or, oh yeah, you held hands in public, something we don't agree with. And so you will be going to prison until you learn not to be doing that stuff in places we can see it, you know? It's weird that you jump from one to the other so quickly, but basically, the ideal society is one that doesn't need to lock up people it disagrees with, is my end point. There are people, you should always give rational people, like I feel like, this is the funny thing, right? Like people who are like genuinely very mentally ill, probably could do them a favor by locking them up in a way, right? Or at least you do the rest of the population a favor. And ideally, you can do them a favor by getting them the treatment they need. People who are in desperate need of something can... but most people, it's like, yeah, they had an incentive system in front of them, and they did the wrong thing, trying to get some positive outcome. Just convince them there's no positive outcome there. You don't have to actually hurt people. You just have to convince... Like, you know, the whole threat of force, the whole reason... I think this is, like, fascinating, personally. But... Do I have any hearts of the season here? I don't think I do. In fact, I'll take some, like, my conduit. I'll take these, and I'll just make it into one. Hearts, yeah, conduit right there. Throw it in, and now I've got a spare conduit. Was that a good use? It's kind of debatable. Then the name tags have to go somewhere. I'm sure they're on the other side of my world. They are. And the fences can go over there too, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I think the weird thing about laws is the moment people are scared of them, they work whether you enforce them or not. I saw a really interesting article today that said that the amount that TfL, London's transport body, spends on enforcing fares, right? So checking if people have their tickets, it was something like 12 million last year. And the amount they raised from the penalties, you know, like you have to pay £80 if you're caught without a ticket, and even more if you go to court and try to fight it, basically. You know, if the amount they raised from all those fines, from all that inspecting, was like 1.3 million. And they said, obviously, this is what anybody would say to like kind of protect the fact that they spent so much money on something. They were like, that's good. We think that the money we raised back was just purely a bonus. We just want to discourage the antisocial effects of it, and also encourage people who do have a ticket that it was a good idea to do so. Because I think that's when things really fall apart with justice, right? Is when people feel like things really start to fall apart if people feel like they are following the rules and they are being punished for it. You know, they are losing out because they're trying to do the right thing. As long as you believe that people who don't do the right thing are being correctly punished or whatever in your mind, it doesn't matter whether you know, you see people breaking laws all day, every day. But as long as you don't think that it's too harmful what they do, then it's not, which is weird. Also, Y-Man says, Toycat, I usually lurk in your streams, but now I'm chatting. What caused you to want to chat today, Mr. Y-Man? What has caused you to take the leap from being a lurker to being a not lurker? What has done that for you? I would love to hear. So to put this Trial Explorer map in the corner there, future me can deal with it. Current me is just not going to. You need to repair your Neverite pickaxe, says Blurberry. Is it, wait, Blueberry? Not Blurberry. Blurberry would be a fun name too, though. I do need to repair my pickaxe. Don't you worry, I'm aware. I'm not going to do it, but I'm aware I need to. I have a really I have a fun plan for how I intend to do that, actually. I guess I should go deal with that now. Let's grab some blaze rods. I've got some in here. How many blaze rods do you think we need? Like, at least 2? Yeah, I'll make, like, 2 brewing stands. Which means I need 6 cobblestone to go with these. Toycat's World has a character instead of the commercial structures of hardcore YouTubers. I think the way I would describe it is there is an objective best way to build in Minecraft according to the current meta of the day. But that current meta of the day is going to continuously change. And so you can build the best world today, but then your world is gone tomorrow. If you build something you love, it will never look the prettiest, but it will be a world that you care about. And that's much more important than, you know, like meeting some standard. Especially if it's, let's be honest, like if it's strangers that you're never going to meet who are caring about the prettiness of your world, make it look the way you want to make it look. Obviously, it's still important to try and improve your skills and to do fun new things and push the boundaries and have a good time. Those things are important. But outside of that, like, having a good time and actually building something that represents you. You know, there are 100 copies. This is a funny thing about hardcore Minecraft YouTube. There's a section of YouTube that we call hardcore Minecraft YouTube, right? Because they're all playing hardcore Minecraft, and they're all making the same video over and over again. It's I collected every mob. It's I built the earth. It's I built every biome in the end. There's a few videos that get made time and time and time again. Obviously, there are exceptions, and people are doing a really good job if they actually are being the exceptions. But a lot of people aren't. They're just like, these are the videos that get views. People love to make them. But it means that by making the same video again, I feel like eventually they're gonna feel a little like empty inside. You're gonna when you stop making videos for you and start making videos for you know, when you stop making videos that have any amount of you in them, it can only ever be successful for so long. Which I think is eventually a problem, right? Even if not immediately, you're eventually going to regret where that leads you. Okay, so here we are, back in the overworld. I'm now going to place my brewing stands down, hopefully after I've traded with these guys here. So if you're not familiar, I've got a plan to get experience, and it comes from, oh, please don't be dead, by the way. I haven't checked up on you in a while. Okay, they're both still here. This is Fletcher number 1. This is Fletcher number 2. I haven't named either of them yet. You know, let's grab some sticks and let's name them. Okay, so here is a bunch of bamboo. Let's turn it into exactly 33 sticks. Should we get some more sticks? Maybe, you know, should we get this working while we do this? It's always not working. It is a perpetual problem that we have. Honestly, does anyone have a good solution to stop minecarts randomly stopping like this? Do people from Angleterre still say curds and whey, or have they adopted their American name for them? What is the American name for curds and whey? I just got a very big buzz there. Oh, someone's at the front door. Fun. Oh, no, go this way. No, okay, they're gonna keep on bouncing on each other until I prevent them from doing that. I think they're hitting each other at exactly the wrong spot, so that they'll never... Man, that's a problem. It's an easily solved problem, but it is still, nonetheless, a problem. Okay, so I'm going to nudge you. I'm going to walk right through it. Okay, it's going. It's going the right way. It's not bounced into the other one yet. And so all I have to do is get out of here without one of these minecarts hitting me. Is there one coming back this way? There's not. So I'll sit under here. So I'm expecting a minecart. Hey, they're both going around together. Okay, wonderful. They can do that. And as long as they do it for a bit, we're good. So, yeah, here's the fun thing I have planned, chat. One of the cool things about making the Ultimate Guide videos that I make is I'm freely admitting this. I learn things during the production of those videos. It's one of the reasons I kind of like making them. Like, I like having like the top tier knowledge you can have for stuff. And weirdly enough, like, I feel like it's almost, this is like the opposite of what people would say you should do. But the crucial thing is, like, I have a real good understanding of how to use most things, but I always miss the fine details. So trying to work out exactly what they are, to memorize them, to share them, weirdly helps me remember way better exactly how things work. And so I recently relearned that you can get bottles of enchanting if you find a cleric villager. These the hoppers all working? They're working just great. So that really inspired me to do something a little bit fun. But first, we just want to make sure, like, okay. So let's get my Netherite pickaxe, the one that's basically dead. And let's just heal it a little bit. So here are 2 Fletchers. As you can see. Working wonderfully. Oh, this one I shouldn't have traded all with this guy. But now I can put down 2 brewers. I should probably make this area like a little bit bigger. But I'll put down 2 brewing stand people. Say over there somewhere. So we'll put a brewing stand there. And then like a brewing stand, like, I don't know, over there or something. But if we do that, then we can have 2 villagers to trade sticks for, which I'll be getting ad infinitum. And then I can find 2 villagers who I'll be getting brewing stands for, who I can then use the results for to get emeralds. I technically, you get 1 emerald for each stick trade you do, and you need 3 emeralds to make a bottle of enchanting. But it means that while I'm actually getting while I'm trading, I'll get XP, and then I'll get bottles of enchanting, which I can use for XP. And it just, my point is, it's a very silly, long game, but it's a thing. So, Gat, how many times have you done your intro, says Toby Piggy 123? Hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat, and I think we have to add 1 to the count for now, that's for sure. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab myself some, okay, I want to trade enough of these. I need to trade enough of these just to get that second villager locked in as a Fletcher. And then I need to work out a way to breed the villagers together. Do I have any bread? No. Oh, actually, wait. I have a ridiculous amount of potatoes. Chat, do farmers need cooked potatoes or do they eat raw potatoes? I feel like they shouldn't be eating raw potatoes, but I'm really glad if they do. And I would suspect that they in fact do. So, sticks with this guy. I'm going to remember to do the correct trade. Sticks with this fellow means he's locked in. And now they just both need to, make some love. Which I hope they can do from these diagonals. Chat, what do you reckon? Can 2 villagers do this? Raw taters? You know, I did not realize just how Irish the farmers really were. So, yeah, now what we're going to do is we're going to work this one out. It's going to be great. We're going to go pick up some potatoes, get it all done. So, chat, yeah, today has been a really, like, I don't know if anyone else ever has these, but it's just been such a low energy feeling day. I've had this, like, problem for a while. Like, I have, okay, I need to just harvest some potatoes. I don't know what, like, the actual solution is. But I'm like, I can do something really energetic, and I'm like, okay, now I'm pooped for a bit. Is it just me being old or something? But yeah, I want to be able to work at 100% all day, every day. But I'm just not able to, like, extract that from my body anymore. But I felt like it might be like, you know, maybe I picked up some COVID or something. Maybe that's the reason why. Is it like the heat, you know? Is it just, in summer, people feel like working less? Because everyone takes their holidays in summer, and I used to assume, like, oh, it's because, you know, like, that's when it's the warmest, but maybe when it's the warmest is the reason to take your holidays, because you know, it's when people get the most crazy about it. Majority of my days are low energy and depressing feeling. Yeah, I feel like having, like, I think one of the things that helps most with preventing that, anecdotally, Xavier, like feeling bad after being low energy all day, but being low energy all day because you feel bad, is you like set yourself like measurable end targets and you say, I will reach these by the end of the day and I will feel good about it. Like having like reward yourself moments are important, but also you can't indiscriminately reward yourself. You know, if you get, I say this a lot, but one of the hardest things to internalize is you have to be a good parent to yourself. Oh look, they're feeding each other, it's great. Okay, so he's trying to feed the other guy carrots, but he just won't take it. Yeah, could you perhaps be burnt out? I don't see. Okay, I don't fully understand the difference between burning out and being like, you know, because obviously working in a creative field, there's a maybe difference there, but I don't quite understand the full definition of burnout. I don't love it as a terminology. I feel like there are lots of terms we invent when we, you know, like the idea of self-care. It's like, yes, I love caring for myself a lot too. I feel like they're not activating as many. Okay, they are activating fully. We're great. You created the love triangle, the villagers and you. I think it's the heat. I went to the allotment for 40 minutes, then fell asleep on the sofa when I got home, says Ruby Doo. Oh, that sounds like fun. I could do a 40-minute nap on the sofa. Yeah, the heat is just, again, there's something extra weird about it. Oh, yeah, there's a nice breeze right here. There's something so weird about how the temperature affects your body's, like, willingness to do stuff. One of the interesting things is, it's called balancing life, good sir. I feel like, though, you should be able to understand... Okay, so one of the hardest things about life is the balance, right? And a lot of people, in my view, like, there are ways to balance life that are better and... all my bees are getting out, chat. I don't know why this happens to me, but I'm really not a fan of it. I've learned to have to do other things I want to do the things I used to do again. It's weird, is what I'm saying. I've got this, like, real good pile of things to do, and I'm really excited. Usually I'm struggling for, like, what exactly do I need to do? You gotta stop taking my potatoes. Why is he doing this? Get back. Chat, how is this happening? Do I have to make a hole in the wall over there, or maybe... Okay, so if I feed him from this side, there's no way the other guy will take them, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, a little bit silly the way this worked. But now he has all those potatoes. Now they can make some love, right? Okay, so how do we get them close enough to make love? That's the question without an answer. We could break one of their tables, maybe. Might be hard to put it back when we're done. I mean, how hard could it be? Worst case, his inventory is full. I feel the Vanna is the same way right before I turned 30, pre-midlife crisis. I'm not trying to deal with being old right now. It's a different problem for a different time. But I don't like... how do I get all the energy back? I feel like I'm really running out, chat, and I don't want to be running out. I don't know what the solution is. I just know that I don't have it right now. They need to rub themselves on each other, says Cat. Yeah, that is missing right now. Okay, so I'll go with the simplest solution, which is to break that fletching table, and then later replace it. Okay, so now you fellas, you're gonna have to pick it up. Where's the fletching table gone, actually? Do you see it? Where's the fletching table? Where? Did they pick it up? Can fletchers pick up fletching tables? It's not around here, right? It's not in my inventory either. Chat, what's happened? Ah. Okay, there we go. Well, where's my fletching table? There it is. Thank you. I appreciate you answering my question that I had. So I'm going to try and, like, fly perfectly in here. I might have got myself perfectly trapped inside. Okay, if I just, like, fly there. There we go. In and out. And then as soon as they've made some babies, we can... What's wrong with you? Come on, fellas. You both have carrots. You both have potatoes. Has it dropped outside? Okay, well, I'll leave them be. It's nice that they're hanging out together. It means they have some love they'd like to make. A little bit confused on the rest of the details. You know, I'll come back. It'll be ready. They'll be ready when they're ready. That's how I understand things. So we'll just put this, like, there for now. Or something. You know, future me can deal with that. Because tomorrow me is going to set up an enchantment system I'm very excited for. They want a bed and a door. They don't... You know, the door thing's really funny, Phoebe. That's a, that's how villagers used to trade, pre-village and pillage. So it's still drilled into me, too, that they need doors. But they actually don't need a bed for babies. Oh, you are right about needing a bed for babies. So I need to set up a bunch of beds nearby. So I'll set up the beds, and then I'll later break them. So I'll get the wall ready for that now, I guess. Why not be prepared? So, yeah, when there's an open new bed, they'll make a new baby. They want you to stop looking at them. It's very rude of them. You know, who are they to say that I shouldn't look at them when they're reproducing? It's rude is what they are. So, oh man, has that changed? I'm behind on the times. It's one of the reasons, one of the things that's real hard. Why am I so hot still, chat? I looked up getting really hot randomly, and I think it means I'm going through something called menopause. But I don't know what the solution to that is. It's not. I'm just burning. I'm just burning alive. Just to give you context here, it's not hot. It's 22 degrees right now. It's 21 degrees where I am right now. I'm just dying. I don't even understand why. I'm in a hotter than normal room. Like, it's not 22 degrees in here. It's like 25 or something. But my body is just like, you will die. Please accept it. I feel like it's like genuinely messing my ability to be like, you know, entertaining or whatever too. Like, I feel like, you come to me not to hear me complain about whatever the heck it is, but ideally to not be that. It's because of your office. Yeah, I live in an attic. My biggest regret, I think about this all the time. The house I'm in right now, I got it, I moved into it, and it was in the worst state ever. Buying a house in London is very, very hard. You know, you just have to accept that if you want anything that's close to affordable, it comes in the worst state you've ever seen, basically. And so when I moved in, I had to do so many little projects. And one of the ones was like, oh yeah, install a heat pump for some AC. And just, you know, the guy was like, it has to all be on one side of the house. So I was like, okay, these rooms here, like, you know, like the living room and the bedroom, they're the ones where you think about it most. And then, like, it wasn't even the summer. So, like, that summer I was like, oh god, the office. That's where I spend most of my time. And I asked the guy, like, oh, can we add one there? And he's like, no. With the unit you've got installed, you'd have to start all over again if you wanted to. And I was like, I hate my life. Because, you know, I have, you have to make so many decisions, like waking up at 8 AM, some contractor's like, where do you want these? And you have to give them a decision that you have to lock in forever. Working on a house is the worst decision you'll ever make in your life. Pro tip to anyone watching this right now. You'll think to yourself, like, oh, I can do it. You just gotta, you know, you just gotta let some people around, and then you can get your dream. And it's like, no, it's always so much worse. It's always infinitely worse than it sounds, and it doesn't even sound good. It just sounds not horrific. But it's never not horrific. It's always fully bad. Anyway, it's my long rant about I'm hot, and it's my own doing. That's the worst bit. Is I could have just, if I'd have just spoken to the AC man and said, hey, please can you install it here? Sending Toycat my entire central AC unit. Just come to the southern hemisphere. It's nice and freezing ATM. What temperature is it where you are, Jaden? I bet it's not actually freezing. I bet you say freezing and it's like 8 degrees or something. I want to be in a pile of snow right now. That's what I want real bad. But yeah, I donate so he can reset his heating unit and not boil. It's I just have to accept it. It's like there's a part of me that is just too unhappy with inefficiency. It's like I can't just say that it's gonna have to be this way. Have you got a fan, or does it make too much noise to stream? I do have a fan, but there's a long story about that too, funnily enough. I have a portable AC unit that doesn't work correctly, and I can't work out why, and it just makes me mad when I try to deal with it. Yes, visit New Zealand, they have it chilly in there. So, yeah, this is, does anyone know what the solution... I want specifically energy, chat. I know there's a lot of, like, various solutions to that. I just want to feel like, oh yeah, I'm ready to do this. I can do it. I can do it. Let's go. I want to feel that about everything ever. I never want to feel tired or anything else again. Is the secret just drink 3 coffees a day? What is the secret? So chat, this is one of my oldest and most interesting builds that I have. It is the insane sugarcane farm. It's a flagship build here on the channel. Lots of people found the channel specifically after learning about this. It's one of my favorite things I've ever built, that's for sure. Let's grab another piece of dirt here. I'm just going to place a piece of grass in each of these. It's interesting that the grass color changes so much, right? It's like, kind of like tigery here, and then over here it's like this. Dan Marsh, have you considered meth? Honestly, okay, you know, Dan, if you know a guy who can hook me up, people who do, like, you know, like stimulants, they seem like they have energy all the time. It comes at some price, right? I kind of see this as, you know, like, I've always had this idea that the way they test TVs and the way they test phones is to see if they have a minimum number of cycles within them. I.e., like, times you can turn them on and off, and, you know, like, hours that you can run the display before it will break. And so if you think about it, even though you own the TV, you only get to use it for a certain number of cycles, and then it runs out. I love my stimulants, lol. Red Bull gives you elytras. I'm surprised there's not been a Red Bull Minecraft crossover campaign. That feels like it'd be pretty lucrative. For who? I don't know. But someone would be making some money. Honestly, yeah, I feel like Minecraft needs to get cooler sponsors. Minecraft, like, you know, Minecraft's doing all these weird, you know, collabs with, like, companies that, you know, somewhat controversial companies even. I feel like Lush is one of those companies that everyone has some strong opinion about. I can never work out why. They, like, you know, they have it. I feel like any company that sells you on their values, eventually you're going to turn on them because you'll realize their values don't match up yours. Like, any company that claims to have values, their value is actually, how do we make profit? Individuals have values, and individuals can own companies, but companies can't have values. We pretend real hard they do, but that's just that's individuals in a company being very good at their job. In my opinion, they're just stating an opinion here. Please don't sue me for this one. But yeah, so I feel like one of the okay, so place some blocks there. Also, I didn't get a response from you, Jaden. How warm is it right now? How chilly really is it? Give me the real deal answer. Unless you gave it to me and I missed it, in which case it's still your fault. I want to know. So Nestle is a terrible company, says Legendary Spud. See, that's the funny thing though, right? Because being that bad of a company does start to affect your bottom line. It's one of the reasons why every company in the world has to care about, like, environmental good or social good or whatever. And there's an interesting case that is the way that you should keep companies honest. There's an interesting argument that every company, it's in their interests not to be known as the worst company on earth. But what that actually means is they put a lot of effort into not looking bad. Like, some companies, they work out the best way to look good is to not do bad things. And some companies work out the best way to look good is to try and cover up every bad thing that you do. Proceeds to ignore Jaden again. You know, exactly, it's my plan. Toycat is singling people out. It's 4 degrees, sir. You actually see this message this time? Sorry, I didn't read that message. You know, I wish Jaden would respond to my question. He's a coward who just won't tell me what the temperature is. That's what I'm learning. I used to respect him a lot, but I've learned that is a mistake. If nothing else, you know, if he can't even respond about the temperature, how can I trust him on more important issues? Toycat, do you know anything about hardcore Bedrock? Yeah, I feel like I should have mentioned it in yesterday's video. Whenever there's an update out video, I try to really drill down onto what is the most important things people need to know about this update. And looking back, I feel like I should have had an... Oh no, oh, my controller died while it was moving left. Okay, it's fine. Almost killed me, but that's okay. It didn't actually kill me. Almost dead is not the same as dead. Attempted murder is not as bad as murder. So just remember, if you really don't like someone, remember to only attempt to murder them. You'll go to prison for less time. So, yeah, Toycat's starting to sound like all my relationships. I used to respect him. You know, I'll sound like all your relationships right now. Wow, I just wish you would stop playing. I wish you'd stop spending all that time playing Minecraft and spend more time with me, Jaden. Also, where's my diamond ring? We've been together for enough years, and yet you haven't even given me the 36 carats of gold. So rude. So, yeah, I press F to play controller. Respect to the bearded man. Let's single out some more people. You know, General Delogu, you're taking the role of chatters that ask to keep that they keep asking the same questions after they've got an answer. Yeah. It is a hard thing to balance when you're playing the game sometimes, and you're like, okay, I'm real focused on this thing. Like, in effect, a stream is inherently a what do you want to call this? Like a multitask thing. While I'm streaming, I have to not only focus on the one task of playing the game, but I have to be able to read the chat. And it's not even just reading the chat, right? Because I have to look at a message from, like, Red Dragon 626, which says it's 29 degrees right now. And it's a nice message, but there's nothing I can really say in response besides, oh, yeah, that's hot, huh? I hope it's not that hot for too long. But, you know, like, there's a limit to what I can actually achieve by responding to some comments. And so I just have to, like, balance that in there at the exact same time. I think nihilism is an interesting philosophy, says Wine Man. I think everyone goes through a phase of nihilism. I think it's a useful philosophy, because we go, you know, if you think about life, you have a central caring figure who convinces you that the world cares about you specifically, and sometimes that's for good reasons, sometimes it's for negative reasons. The world cares about you specifically, so you can't be stealing chocolate balls from Tesco's, or someone's gonna come around your house and they're gonna arrest you. You know, I heard a woman say on the bus, you can't cry on the bus, or the bus driver will call the police. And you've got to say stuff like that to your children sometimes. You know, you've got to convince them they're the center of the universe for bad reasons, but also sometimes for really wholesome reasons. Like, you know, when your child draws the worst piece of art imaginable, you've got to be like, oh, it's really good. Yeah, this is so incredible. Never seen anything like it. You got to lie to your child. You got to convince them that they are more important than they are. And so it's a really good philosophy because it helps you, like, grow in some ways. Like, if you convince that no one cares about you, you're going to put a lot less effort into yourself than if you convince everyone cares about you. But at the same time, it then has negative knock-on effects, I would say. And those mostly come from the fact that if you are fully nihilistic, if you're fully paternalistic, if you believe that everyone cares about everyone, you'll see some people do some really messed up stuff, and you'll believe you know, like, someone stole from me, and it really, really, really messed with me. I've spoken about this before. Like, being stolen from is like a real psychological crime in a way that you wouldn't expect if it's never happened to you. But you know, the only thing you can convince yourself is they knew exactly what they were doing to me, and they decided to do it anyway. And that is a really unhealthy outlook to have, because most of the time people do something negative to you, it's because they're so focused on themselves. So then the next step that you take logically is like, okay, well, I'm not going to care about anyone else then. If no one cares about me, I don't care about everyone else. Like, a logical step, in my opinion, is to say, yeah, I don't have to care about people who aren't going to put the effort to caring about me. You know, then you can even go a step further and say, I don't care about anything. Everything we have in the world, that's your guys' game. I'm going to count myself out. And I think it's a really useful phase because it helps you learn that key point that the world isn't out to get you. The world is just indifferent to your existence. It's one of the most painful truths to learn, but it's one of the most important truths to learn, is that most people don't care about you. A lot of people have a vague sentiment that it'd be better if you were doing good than bad, but they're not going to put a substantial amount of effort into achieving that. If you like, I feel like this is something I've had lots of people in my personal life, like, freak out with, and it's one of the things that, like, makes me, like, still cringe every time I see it now. But, like, sometimes people are, like, really, really desperate for the attention of others, right? You see that. Wait, how did you go? It's a zombie. Although a zombie villager would be pretty cool to have, right? Should we get him? How can we get this? Okay, I think this would be really handy to have. Can zombies climb ladders? Let's find out. I'm going to bring you with me on a little bit of a journey. Can you climb a ladder, buddy? That's what I need to know. Okay, he's not willingly climbing a ladder. So let's get him up another way. It's going to be possible. Having a zombie villager is going to be huge. Me choosing to care about people is kind of in a selfish way because I do it for my own fulfillment and enjoyment. You know, there is a weird argument that there's no such thing as true selflessness in the world. It's an interesting. Oh, I've got two. That's really handy. I'll take them both. I'll get those bottle enchantings for cheaper if I do it this way. Yeah. So how do I get them up to the surface, chat? I know there's a way, but I do not know the way. So I could probably get them into my big bubble column. I don't know how easy that's going to be, but I'm going to try because it's going to be the fastest way. Yeah, what a win. You got me, Toy Cat. I'm pretty desperate for all of your money. You know, what you want from me, Jaden, is attention. And you don't realize that it comes at a price. You gotta, if you want me to love you as much as you want to be loved yourself. Wait, did that guy fall down? No, he's gone this way. I'm gonna knock you forwards just a little bit. In you go, yeah! Okay, hopefully it's daytime up there. I should have probably knocked the other one in, too. It's fine, I'll take one. I could have probably done this better. So do I have a splash potion of weakness hanging around in here? I don't know that I do. Let's find out and let's just hope. I guess that's my plan of action right now. So that's a splash potion of weakness. Here are some golden apples. Here's a second splash potion of weakness. Okay. I'll have to restock those later. But for now, where'd you go? No. Okay, there he is. For now, let's get this guy like trapped in a corner somewhere. That's fairly easy to do if you know what you're up to. Yeah, you're gonna go in the jingly jangly cave, and you're gonna stand like somewhere I can just trap you. If that pleases one. Okay, get in that hole. Get in the hole. Yeah, this is a lot easier said than done, really. I guess I'll dig the hole like too deep, and then I'll punch him a few more times. Okay, in you go. Perfect. And then we're gonna splash him. And then we're gonna do one of these to him. And I put a block right there just to keep him safe, even though he's got one well above him. But now that's one zombie dealt with. Let's go get the other. Can I go that far away from him, or am I gonna lose it? My realm is still missing, says Kara Cox. Thankfully, mine came back. I don't know. What are the odds that he's gone? He's within 4 chunks, but he's 64 blocks away. For sure. Actually, no, I'm not gonna leave him. Oh no! Ah! I'm not gonna leave him, chat. I don't think I should. I think it sounds like a good idea too, but I'm not gonna take that risk. And so this guy sits in the hole. The zombie doesn't make the amethyst jingle. That's weird. Oh, that is weird. You're right. So if I've only got one guy, what time of day is it right now? I could probably just walk him straight to where he's going. Because he's going to walk himself there right now, because he's going to follow me. Meaning it's actually a better idea if I let him out. If I've only got one, let's just let him out of there. Come with me, buddy. Come with me, and you'll see a whole world of pure villager slavery. But yeah, so the first step is thinking that everyone cares about you, and specifically is thinking about you when they do things in the world. And then the second worldview is like, oh, they don't. No one cares about anyone, huh? And then you kind of get the more nuanced view that people have this like really strong care for themselves that overrides their care for other people in most situations. There are good reasons when that turns off. And a lot of people, again, if people are well, or maybe you could say the other way around even, to be less cynical, people care about you a lot, except for when there are extreme circumstances. At which point, no! People care a lot less about you in extreme circumstances. And those extreme circumstances, happen somewhat frequently to people. And in those cases, is it going to be daytime before he heals? I think it might be. I think it's going to be a little bit dangerous to keep him around. But it is raining, so he's not going to have to worry about it. Name the villager Jaden, since you're going to be bullying him today. I have a plan to do a silly pay-to-win Minecraft stream before I leave at the end of this month, chat. It's a very silly plan, let me tell you. He's not going to burn, is he, right? He shouldn't burn. But just to make sure he doesn't, I'm going to put him, like, over here, down a hole. No, where'd he go? Oh, yeah, he's put himself in a boat. I'm going to just put some dirt above him, just in case the rain stops and I'm not paying attention. It's a really easy structure to just remove, but it means there's a guarantee no death. Okay, we got a villager, chat. Yeah. Zombie villagers do attack regular villagers. They do. It's true. It might actually be useful to have a zombie villager zombify my regular villager. See, look at that. Clever decision, chat. I nailed it right there. Absolutely nailed that decision. And so now I can sit here and I can wait. And I can say, well, how about the weather, chat? See, it's a casual conversation. There's no fear of death. that you should have from this if I'm doing it correctly. I'm actually going to use the chest that the zombie is attached to, if that's okay. If it's okay with you, I just want to use... I can't actually use it. Why can't I? Can you not use a zombie... Wait, I do have to crouch, maybe? There we go. Oh, there's a bunch of bamboo in here. That's very handy. So I'll put the slime balls in there. Just for now. Just, you know, I'm busy with some stuff. And then the moment it's done, I'm going to have to break it. And then I'm going to have to let you out of it. Yeah, sounds good. They won't despawn. This one is holding a stone block. Yeah, you're right. It's a bit of a paranoia that I have. More than a realistic fear. But it is still something I'm thinking about. Maybe too much. Jesus, how long does he take to convert? Little too long, if you ask me. Ellis hell. So, yeah, it'd be kind of fun if I got my village going from lots of different villager sources. One of my ideas I've wanted to do forever is make a village out of villagers from every biome in Minecraft. And so I've already got savannah and jungle covered. And I feel like this is already... I feel like if a zombie villager were to spawn here, he would be... Or a villager were to spawn here, he would come out mountainous colored. Hey, he's done. Okay, so I just have to not hurt him. He's going to be kind of weak right now. He needs to heal up, maybe. So let's just break that boat using the minimum amount of force possible. Okay, back to the fist. Oh, I should have seen that coming, chat. I really should have. And yet somehow I did not. So I'm just going to drop items until I end up with the boat. It's going to happen soon enough. I'm fairly sure. Oh. I'm there. There we go. Spruce boat. And then we can place that back down. Move it a little bit further that way. Then I can crouch into it and put all these back. Okay, there we go. Just easy stuff. I don't have to get all of them back, but just enough. And then we're going to nudge him out of the water. Oh, he's become a cleric, which means that he knows where his table is. So all I have to do now is dig him a hole down to get it. Do you wanna live down there? Wait, I hear zombies. Where are the zombies? I hope they're not... Okay, they're over there. That's fine. They're probably messing up the bamboo farm, but there's a bit bigger problems. So, if we just dig a hole down like here... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we've got him his place. Go down that hole whenever you feel like it, friend. You know, I've decided right now is when you feel like it. Okay, goodbye. Nice! Awesome. That is exciting, chat. I have a, I now have 3 villagers, and I think they make a lovely throuple. This guy, these guys... Oh, wait, this guy became a cleric. Is this... Why is he giving me a discount? Or is he giving me the opposite of a discount? Chat, what do you think I did for this guy to become a cleric? Instead of... Why is this guy giving me a discount? What's gone wrong here? I don't actually know. I'm actually very, very confused right now. Why am I getting discounts? Is it because I cured this one guy? I get discounts on everyone else? Weird. Got around the need for beds. Way to find a loophole. Yeah, everyone told me you needed to get a bed if you wanted to have multiple villagers. But here I am anyway. Still curious about your OG multinational village. What happened to it? I think I tried and it didn't work, right? Unless you're saying my... I have very, very, very many villages in this world. I basically use them purely for their little utility functions. They give small discounts since you cure the villager. Oh, so curing one villager is useful for all of them. Intriguing. Okay, well that's fun. Multiplayer doesn't work anymore. That was the biggest feature, and it's a potato now. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that multiplayer is broken, but I haven't heard like any qualitative discussion on how. Could you tell me exactly why multiplayer isn't working in your view? Because I can't quite get it. Oh, see, I had this name tag that I was going to use for them. I was going to cure 6 villagers from 6 different biomes. So the closest thing I have, my multinational village, isn't fully multinational in the way that I'd like. You know, it's just it's a little trinational, sure. He met the love of his life because of you. Now you get a discount. I didn't know that they gave... see, that's the weird thing. This is an example of, like, yeah, you go through something and you learn just a little tidbit here or there. You got a villager from every biome. Did I really Dasher and put them all in one village? I feel like I planned to do that. I have no recollection of actually doing it. I definitely have villagers from, like... Yeah, I don't know. I definitely wanted to do that. I had a whole video planned around it. But no, I don't know that it came to be. I don't know that it came to be. So I'm a misanthropist most of the time, says Weinman. Yeah, so... Again, like I was kind of saying, I feel like disliking humans based on the decisions that we make is a logical, like, starting point if you arrive at the position, you know, like, I feel like it's a better starting point than believing everyone's so great and cares about you. It's one of the, it's like one of the scary things about seeing people
Multiplayer isn't working, BC. You can't say the gamer word anymore. Toy cat is yes.
I read recently on Java you can't say 8 melons. On Bedrock you can. Just as a pro tip. You can say 8 melons all you like. You did stop gaslighting me, says Dasher. You know, it's okay. I have dreams that feel pretty vivid sometimes too. You know, it's okay. You know, we all have a slightly different recollection of events. And that's totally okay. We're all welcome and we're all free to do precisely that. So yeah, I think a bunch of them ended up dying in a stream. Yeah, that village has gone through so many death cycles at this point. It's kind of ridiculous, if I'm being totally honest with you. Melons. You know, 8 melons. You can have all the melons, David. On Java, you can say whatever you want. You know, it's not true, Urget Sus. If you say things on multiplayer servers, you get reported to the Stasi, I believe they call themselves. Yeah, I think it's a real... Also, the PDB file was deleted, which is the helper to keep Minecraft running. I don't know what that means, but that sounds real bad. I definitely don't want my files being deleted. That's why I use today's video sponsor, that one company that I'm going to use vaguely threatening language to convince you that you need to buy. That's right, they pay me money to say that data brokers are stealing your information. And the only way to stop it is a recurring subscription service, weirdly enough. While you're at it, have you considered getting a subscription to HelloFresh? It's funny, I can't mock this one too much. I had a minute. I had a brief moment of a HelloFresh sponsorship in there. I do feel like the best things in life, you know, so going back to our argument about, you know, like, do people even care about you or not? Interesting, like, debate to have in the world, I would say, kind of broadly. Are you sad there was no snapshot today, says Lego Show TV? No, I'm sad there's no preview. I was sure today would be bundle day. Now I'm sure tomorrow will be bundle day. I think Bedrock probably also needs to work out whether previews are going to release on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Because the last 2 previews released on a Wednesday and the one before that released on a Thursday. And it's like, we don't mind which day of the week you pick Minecraft. But right now I have to, like, keep a lot of my week free. Specifically as, like, what if they release it? Sort of vibe. It's a weird place to be in. It's a weird place to be in. The scariest psychological effect is the bystander effect, says Wyman. Yeah, I feel like, though, it sounds really, really, really devastating. Like, I can't believe people are just like that. But it's that reminder that we all believe that someone else out there is more qualified to deal with something than us. You're like, yeah, if there was something that needed to be done right now, someone else would be doing it. Like, if I saw an accident, if I saw a mass terror attack, right? I'm not going to call the police, and maybe you can hate me for this, but I'm not going to call the police specifically because I'm like, I know someone else will. And there's a chance that that leads to no one else doing it. But I'm like, very reluctant to overwhelm the emergency services at a time where they really need only people who are going to give some unique information, right? The bundle will be coming next year for sure, or the year after. I'm telling you, General Delogu, 1.20, 1.30. If it's not in that update, then it's just never coming out. Yeah, I'm really confused about their strategy of the bundle. I thought they were going to do like a drop, but then 1.20, 1.20 is out, and it's not really a little bit of a drop. Think about how many times we've watched Toycat die to lava and done nothing, says David. So you know, you're right, actually. You're all bystanders in this live stream. Why is not a single person ever says, you know what, Toycat, do you need any help after dying in lava? It's always, oh, Toycat, why didn't you respond to my message about the multinational... Why didn't you respond to my message about the temperature? Toycat, did the trial chamber hoppers and barrels make it into this update? No, that is the next update. I'm really excited about it. Actually, I do feel like the next one is the one to watch. And this one is like a nice set of changes that make Minecraft a bit more playable. Yeah, I'm glad a lot of people, by the way, have been enjoying my my videos on the big updates that come out here. It's kind of a fun throwback to when we used to do updates videos for every title update that came out. And obviously the ones people would care about the most were the major TUs. But it's kind of a cool thing. Like I love when anything gets to remind me of the console days. Is what I'm saying. I'm just a shameless nostalgist, I guess. Is nostalgist even a word? Nostalgist is, it's a word now. I've made it a word. Back in the day, it used to be a word, that's for sure. Anyway, why don't you ever drink fire resistance when you know you're a liability is the question. I need to get a better system sorted out for potions. I think what I should do is I should get a big pile of fire resistance potions in a chest as soon as I enter the Nether. As a last reminder, like, is now the time to get some of these? I think maybe it is. Should we set that up, actually? What's the closest block I can get to fire? Probably like orange concrete. What's the cheapest block I can get close to fire? Orange concrete powder. Let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna make a chest in the Nether. I'm gonna put all the fire resistance potions in there. And then that's gonna be useful. I'm also gonna put a bed downstairs here. It's gonna be great. The nostalgia we had in the past is so much better than today's nostalgia, says Dan Marsh. I know, right? Nostalgia these days just doesn't hit like it used to. It's a real problem, in my opinion. So, do you know that if your immune system found out your eyes existed, it would try to attack them as foreign objects? They have a different immune system. I've heard that, and I feel like by the time you hear a fact that's easy to digest, it has to be wrong on some level, right? Like, how does a car go forwards? You know, the answer is, like, the engine turns it. But that's not actually correct. The engine turns the clutch, and the clutch turns the wheels, or something like that, right? Like, the engine turns even when the wheels aren't turning. So clearly there's another step in there. And then even that is wrong. That's like a really simplified version of, you know, the engine is moving. The engine isn't actually moving. The engine is making a bunch of explosions around a pipe. It's causing that pipe to turn, and then the clutch connects that pipe to the gears, right? And it's like, okay, that's the even more. It's not quite simplified yet, but it's more close to the truth. And then it's like, no, actually, if you're really trying to be accurate, you can keep going down deeper analogies. It's like in Minecraft. What's the best enchantment for your sword? And level 1 is to say, yeah, sharpness 5. And then unbreaking and mending, maybe. And then next up, it's like, well, actually, looting is really pretty handy. Maybe even better than sharpness, because you can hit enemies more times. But if you're playing solo, you want looting. But if you're playing it solo anyway, then smite is often better. And then, you know, you can... The resolution of your answer depends on how long you're allowed to give it and how much people care about receiving it. And it means that you get different answers to the same questions based on how much you know. And the hardest bit about, I would say, being on the internet here is I have to answer people's... I have to kind of like understand what people are really asking when they ask a question. If you pull up a sick water bucket clutch, the car moves. Do piglin trading, do, and you get the fire resistance. I don't really have enough gold to do enough piglin trading to be that excitable about it. That's my biggest problem. Okay, so now we're gonna make a bed. I need some wood. I keep some wood somewhere easy. Someone tried to explain the difference between petrol and diesel engines to me before. It was very interesting, but I'm glad we have people who understand these things because I don't understand myself. I was thinking about this recently, actually. There was some obscure fact where I was like, I learned that in school and then forgot about it. But even though I'm not going to ever remember it, I'm glad other people do. I'm glad that there are these pieces of knowledge exist so that people who need to know these things can do them, right? Also, yeah, well, whenever you notice something like that, a wizard did it. You know, it's a much easier way to explain the world. By the way, I still have 9.5 hearts. Do you think I'm going to have 9.5 hearts till 1.21.30 comes out? Or chat, do you think I'm right that they're going to roll out an emergency bug fix by the end of this week? My money's on the second one, personally. That's where my money's at. Okay, so grey bed. I'm just going to put it down, like, here. And then I can sleep whenever I want. Except right now, obviously. You know, I'll put it down in a more obvious place then. If I'm already not sleeping in it, I'll put it right there. And then I've got some grass. I've got some stone. I'll put the stone in... I've put the stone somewhere. So I'll fill up this hole on the side with stone blocks. No one will understand how it got there, and it'll be just perfect. Should Minecraft add Bane of Arthropods, which gives you bonus damage against villagers? Yeah, I mean, in my worldview, Bane of Arthropods should already... Oh, wait, Bane of Anthropods. Oh, it's clever. It wasn't... You weren't calling villagers bugs. I thought you were making a very borderline racist comment there. I mean, villagers aren't a protected class. They're not, you can't be racist against them necessarily. But you still shouldn't be, right? You know, just because you can be racist, it doesn't mean you should be racist. That's the view. That's the worldview that I feel like, you know, especially when you're like, people telling you not to do something is the least useful way to encourage a lot of people not to do something. And so you hear people being like, "Oh, you shouldn't say these things because reasons." They never explain the reason why. Like, what is the reason you should do this? Also, sorry, not racist. Well, not in Minecraft. You know, is it okay if you're a perfectly not racist person in real life, but you are racist in Minecraft? Or is the reverse a more desirable situation? Or is it that you're not... Because, you know, if you're a vegan in real life, you're allowed to eat food in Minecraft and no one says... Also, illager banners. Oh. They're called illager banners. I feel like... Anyway, would a Bane of Arthropods sword do extra damage to Spider-Man? I happen to own a Spider-Man skin, so let's find out. If you want to see it, by the way. Skins. Okay, yeah, this is gonna take a while. Okay, let's find my Spider-Man skins. So here's Angry Birds. Here's Backrooms, Battle and Beasts. I think this is where my skin originally came from, actually. No, it's not. It's a lot of off-brand versions of it, if I ever need them though. Look, it's Frosty the Panda. Here, back at it again with another Minecraft epic video. Isn't it crazy this was added before the panda came to Minecraft? Okay, I'm gonna find it. It's gonna be called like Marvel or Spider-Man or what was that called? The Avengers. I'm guessing that the licenses probably didn't actually last long enough for this to be true. Pet Pack. Yeah, that's great. Reverse Gravity. I like that they're upside down. Very fun. You know what? Maybe they got rid of all of them. I can be Amy the Hedgehog or Eggman, but I can't. You know what? I can also be Patrick. Streamer Simulator, Super Cute, Super Racers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Incredibles. Yeah, I think. Wait, the Traveling Trader, Tiny. I can be a lot of copyrighted characters, but I can't be Spider-Man anymore. I'll be What are these skins even called, by the way? Magic Gravel. Yep, I see that. Thank you. Magic Legged. This is the most useless text box. Magic Toy Cat. What is this one called? Magic Orange. And then Ultra Flat comes with Wide One-Legged. And then okay, you know, actually, let's go. Should we go for Magic Legged? This is meant to be a reference to Black One-Legged Steve, by the way. Let's apply it right now. Classic Toy Cat skin. There we go. Look at me. I think free-range villagers are tastier, says David Solomano. Spend 500 days in my Minecraft world while you're DK trying to hit 6,500 days. Yeah, 6,500 is like I've got this weird thing where whenever you're okay, I've learned this, chat. So if you speak to people who are really high in their field, say lawyers at a law firm, right? Or people who are very, very wealthy. It's really hard to see when you're in the top 0.1% of something that you're in the top 0.1% because you're so focused on the people who are above you. I kind of see this on YouTube too. Like, I don't actually know how many channels there are that pull, say, 100,000 views a day or something like that. But my mind is fully focused on those. Like, man, there are channels out there that get that many views in every video, not just every, you know, like every third or fifth video, whatever it is. Should be a cheaper boot and legging recipe of this skin. You know, and the people who the people who have the diamond play buttons are like, yeah, but Mr. Beast pulls 10 million views within the first hour of his video or something like that. And then the Mr. Beasts of the worlds are like, well, you know, but my Squid Games video did better, and also people hate me. There we go. I made reference to it. Look at me. That was high quality. But I think it's a really weird thing that you forget where you actually stand relative to the general population, because you're so focused on the people who are like just that little bit above you on something. So I need a lot of fire resistance potions now. What do you craft fire resistance with? I think it's magma cream, right? Or is it... Okay, Glistening Melon's health. This is strength. This is water breathing. So this must be fire resistance. We're going to grab, like, 6 of these, and we're going to make 18 fire resistance potions. I might have already done this idea before. I'm starting to worry that maybe I did. Let's just roll with it. So I've got a lot of glass bottles hanging around in here somewhere. But I'm going to have to make even more. So let's just make 18 glass bottles. Is that the correct way to do that? I sure hope so. 9 glass bottles. Not quite 18, but it'll do. Fill it all the way up and throw them in here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to batch produce potions. And then we'll get 3 more glass bottles so we can have 12. Magma cream, redstone to make it 8 minutes. So yeah, I have my redstone thing here. I'm going to have to remove this potion. Put this somewhere useful, I guess. And now we're going to... Okay, wait. We'll reset the cat down because he's useful over there. Awkward potions go out. Water bottles go in. Then we take our awkward potions. We put some magma cream over here. Okay. And now there's 2 things happening at once. And we sit here and we wait politely and say, so how's the weather going? How's the wife and kids? She having a good time? Hope she's having a good time. And then we check this one and it's finished. And then we go 1, 2, 3 there. And we check on this one. And we're finished. And we grab those 3 and put them in there. But now this one goes in with redstone because we want fire resistance but for longer. And now there's 3 parts of the brewing process happening at once. Which seems pretty good until then we realize that this now is just about ready to be finished. Outside of automatic potion crafting, I feel like batch potion crafting is like the best thing you can do to improve your efficiency at a given task. It is very, very, very efficient. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now I've got 3 perfectly finished potions. I'll move these over here just to make the rest of my inventory fit a little better. And then we move the rest of these from here into here. Almost. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we can move... Oh, this is going to be a little tricky to remember where these are. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. So we have gone through most of our steps. We've got a bunch of potions. I don't want them to be splash potions because I just want to drink them when I can. And I think I should do the same thing for water breathing at some point. I've got not many water breathing potions. I think I'd benefit from having a ton just like hanging around with me. But for now, we just got to take these potions, throw them in here. I totally forgot where they went. 3, 3, 3, and we're good to go. What happens if a brewery is above a hopper? Does it empty the stand after the brewing finishes? Yeah, I think it does, Dan. I bet you could actually set up... Should I set up an automated production line? So we put that hopper... Yeah, if we put this one in one corner, then we could... Yeah, we could probably quite easily set up an automated production line for this. Having awkward potions ready is smart. Almost all the potions require Neverwart. Oh yeah, I'm just really lazy. And if I'm going to be batch producing anyway, then I've got the time to make the awkward potions. So it doesn't actually save me time to do it at a, in advance, I guess. Okay, so, by the way, 6429 now. Very exciting. Yeah, so it's... I don't actually know where day 6500 puts me. Is this one of the oldest Minecraft worlds that exists? Or does every, 25th person actually have a Minecraft world that survived for over 5,000 days? It could be either, really. Don't you have a potion bottle build for potions? Ah, is that where I keep them? Dazed and confused? Is that where I've been hiding my potions this whole time? Because I totally forgot. Okay, so we're gonna make a little orange concrete powder thing that goes right over here. I've got some space, right? So I might as well. We'll just cut out a little hole. Oh, okay, that's gonna need to just place that over there, maybe. Ooh, didn't really like. You know, I'll just put a chest down on the ground here. And then another chest on top of it. That way no one will notice the chest is down there. And then I'll put orange all the way around here. And all the way around there. And then I'll put like a block of string up here or something. Where can I find string in the Nether, chat? I know I have a junk chest that has some string hanging around in it. I'm just gonna believe in myself. Oh, also glass bottles with potions in them. Happy birthday, by the way, Days. Hey, happy birthday! Happy birthday to Dazed. Happy birthday to Dazed. It's his birthday, only this one day of the year specifically. Happy birthday to Dazed. So one thing is I put an item frame there, by the way. I feel like your count must be off based on how high I'm hearing from others. Oh, I learned something recently. Everyone gaslit me into saying... everyone has gaslit me into saying that, yeah, your Minecraft console time does count towards your day count. I have definitive proof that it does not, chat. I have found definitive proof that it does not correctly count. Wait, Togat sings happy birthday to people, says Toby Piggy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's not your birthday, but you've just learned I sung happy birthday. Happy birthday day to you. That's how it goes. It's how I do things. But yeah, if only Toycat had a centralized storage area. If only. It's just impossible to actually do. So I need an item frame, I think, and that'll help me finish this off. So we'll go see if I have fire resistance potions hanging around. It would certainly be handy if I did. Yeah, no wait, I have a birthday this year too. What are the odds? Okay, so, I mean, little dark here, Dan, but you don't actually know you have a birthday this year, right? You stop having birthdays when you die. And so there's a non-zero chance that you die before. Oh, wow, look at this. Wow, I brewed a lot of potions, including fire resistance. So I'll grab these and take these with me too. Alongside an item frame, I guess. At least it'll be a full... Yeah, that's that. I went through all that work, and then I just forgot about it, chat. This is why you need to have things in readily accessible places, or you just forget they exist. So I'll grab a glow item frame too. And now we can build the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. So grab that, grab this, grab that. Can you stream on my birthday, Toycat, says Ellis Hell? Statistically, there is a 40% chance I will. You know, why is it, you know there's the rule that like sometimes you take people out for your birthday, sometimes people take you out for your birthday? Let's have the rule that not only should you tip me on my birthday, but you should tip me on your birthday too. You know, in exchange for streaming on it. I feel like it's the least you can do. Anyway, so here is my my lovely collection of potions. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna put an item frame there, and then a thing up there, and it's like a pair of leggings or something. You know, it looks great. And we also have perfectly enough to fill this chest if you just ignore those last 3 slots. Oh wow, that's so weird the way that goes through there. Also, can I actually access that bottom chest down there? I don't think I can unless I do that. There we go. And in here, I'll just put, like, I don't know, the wind charges in the middle. It's an Easter egg is what I'll call it. It's an Easter egg. Yeah, perfect. Someone will appreciate that one day. And if they don't, then I will forget. So it doesn't even matter. So, oh, there's a lovely sign here. Ice tunnel. Ice tunnel to Bastion. coming soon. How do you do coming soon? Warped Forest. I worked out, chat. One of my big long-term goals... Oh. Hello. You having a good time in there? One of my big... if you read this... Actually, in fact, don't take it from me. Don't take my long-term goals from me saying them right here. Take my long-term goals from my long-term goal board. So you too can book a birthday party with Toycat. The price is whatever you want to tip. And there's a 40% chance you'll show up. Robin Brooks. That is my new sales pitch. I love it. I love it. You know, I am an entertainer. I will show up at your birthday party. I've got an astounding success rate. 2/5 of the time I am there within an hour of my scheduled arrival. 40% of the time, 60% of the time I'm there within, 72 hours of the scheduled arrival. And so, yeah, this right here, chat, I'm going to get it done. I'm gonna get it done. My bankery needs some work, clearly. My gold farm could do with some redesigning. I worked on the metro line, not the right one, but we're getting there, chat. We're getting there. I'm going to say that I did this one too, even though I built it in the wrong place. Let's cross it out. Let's place a new sign down. Yeah, it looks great. Let's just put all the signs down again, in fact, so I can say my current projects. It makes me feel a lot better seeing that many are empty, personally. So, by the way, thank you, Sophie Hawkins. Hey, Toycat, how are you doing today? Excited for the new text live event. I love when stuff like this ends up coming out to the public. What are your thoughts? Oh, I love Minecraft accidentally leaking stuff. I know they would prefer to announce things in their favorite way at the favorite time, but I think it's way more fun when we learn, like, I don't know, non-consensually. Is that the word? Are you allowed to phrase things that way? But yeah, it's fun learning about things before a company wants you to learn about things, right? More exciting party plans ups the likelihood, I bet. Yeah, Chav, you can come up with a good enough reason for me to stream on your birthday. My percentage goes from 40 to at least 60. No, 55, let's say. Let's be realistic with ourselves. So hit me up. It'll be great. 100% chance that Toycat will be at your birthday of a 72-hour grace period. It's actually more like 90% chance, but, you know, if it's fine. Also, happy hump day, Toycat. Killing some time at work. Don't tell my boss, please. I won't tell your boss if you promise not to tell mine. You know, I certainly shan't be sharing any of your information, and that will be great. So, Toycat, you should stream on May 31st. You know, what's the pay for coming up to that birthday party? You know, isn't it crazy? Someone watching this, it's their birthday. Actually, wait, not a guarantee. Chat, is anyone who's watching this your birthday besides Dazed and Confused? Usually stream on my birthday because it's in Streamless, says Ruby Doo. Wow, your birthday party comes with a lot of treats. So, Toycat already streams on my birthday. I stream on your birthday so many times a year, Dasher. The amount that must mean that I care is tremendous. So I need to pick up some ice. I'm just gonna pick up the easiest block that I can from around here. I don't really like that you're there. Thank you. What's the easiest block of ice? Is it this one here? It is. Perfect. So I want to put some ice in my... It's my dad's birthday. Does that count? Happy dad's birthday to him. Happy dad's birthday to him. It's his birthday. Won't be long, though. Happy birthday to him. So if this is 00, this is 128, this is 256, this is 3... So something I've been intending to do is, you know my frozen ghast? I need to represent that on this somewhere. So we remove that, we place a little ice there. I kind of need to represent the mushroom biome as well. And a lot of other things. But also, I think a warped forest is, like, up there somewhere. Like, maybe, like, 600, something like that. So there, and then the equivalent number up. Actually, I think I probably have some warp blocks. If I place them here... I can, I bet I have some warp blocks around. Hey, I do. Okay. So I'm going to place one over there. And then I'll know where I've got to go to get to my warp forest. It's a genius idea. So it's this block here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th block there, and 1. So 1, 2. Oh, this is hard, chat. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm not gonna get it done. I'm gonna run out of scaffolding. Maybe if I use my chests. Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do. Use my nice normal stacking block. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That block there is roughly where my warp forest is. It might not be precise, but it's a good, like, show point. And it's helping me fill in my Never map, you know? Which is kind of cool. My dad's on a plane heading in your general direction, actually. Heading on a trip to Scotland. I wish him a good... I can't do a Scottish accent right now. I've lost it. I've lost it all. Sadly. But I hope that he has a very good birthday. Yeah, actually, no, see, that's me over-exaggerating the amount I care about how good your dad's birthday is. I'm gonna be honest with you, it has no negative bearing on me if his birthday is a disaster, and it has no huge positive bearing on me if his birthday is a tragedy. It'd be slightly better if it was good than bad. I would like the net human suffering in the world to go down, but, you know, if it happened that your dad had to have a bad birthday for, you know, like a house fire not to happen in you know, rural Austria, then you know what, maybe I would be partial to that idea. And on that note, I hope that you enjoyed today's live stream. I now have fire resistance in my Nether. Isn't that handy? And I also have my Nether map is just this little bit closer together, which I kind of like. It's getting there, right? It's getting there. So I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Tomorrow I'll be, or Friday, you know, the next stream, tomorrow or Friday, one of those 2 days, I'm going to be either working on my ice tunnel to the coming soon warp forest, or I'm going to be finally putting together my my villages. It'll be a lot of fun. Or, let's be honest, it could be neither of those 2 things. Did you get any bottles of enchanting? Oh, is that what the thumbnail says? Oh no. Oh, it's fine. You know, that's tomorrow's thumbnail. It's okay. Well, it's okay. We fixed it. Don't ignore the thumbnail. It's fine. Explain the map. Says Jason Cross. I'll explain the map when I see you tomorrow. Goodbye.